Hey guys, welcome back. I'm gonna be kind of bringing you in when all this stuff is kind of done. So it hasn't been a year yet. I wanted to show you this before the snow started because it's November 16th and we have additional traffic jams that we didn't have before. And this is because of additional vehicles trying to bring meat into this area. I now have 10 trucks that are responsible for taking all the crops out of this and bringing it over and putting it into these. And those 10 trucks, some of them can enter from this side, which is fine, but some of them have to enter from this side. And since these ones are the ones that are closest to the parking lots and also the only ones that are accessible by these houses, these ones are the ones that need crop the most. So a lot of trucks keep getting onto this road to do this. That's my whoopsie. Like many things in this game, I've made mistakes along the way. And this is one of them, having the meat right on this. So we're going to take the same approach we're doing to get the tunnel going. It's not done yet, but I have a makeshift roundabout right here. So all I did is I took the asphalt roads and connected it like this in kind of a circular shape. Used the one-way streets or the one-lane roads to kind of give a gentle arc in that direction to the tunnel. Did the same thing here to get them onto this one. And then from this point over, it is a one-way street. So basically, you're only going to come in from this side. So no turning left here, basically. And then I have, again, the one-lane road right there on that side to make it a bit more round. And then a one-lane road right here to make it a bit more round. It's working out okay so far. You can kind of see how it's sort of flowing, right? We have the proper right-of-ways and everything. So if you're coming into this area, you have to yield to those who are already on this road, right? Same thing over here. This road has the priority. This one has to yield to it because this is now treated as a roundabout. And as long as we have our yields and our signals set up like it's a roundabout, this one here is fine actually because it's all one way, one way, one way. There's no cross traffic here, so everybody has the right of way here. But it's overall that part right there is looking pretty good so far. Over here, I fixed the traffic by simply making this road a one-way. And now this isn't backed up at all now because they're all redirecting themselves over here, which is generally a good thing, but now it's not. So I'm going to try to alleviate the stress of traffic over there temporarily by bringing back the stress of traffic over here. There we go. I'm going to bring it back. Now, upon doing that, hopefully a lot of these cars will work themselves out. But I have another solution here. Pretty much all of these. Yeah, high frame rates. Thank you. Pretty much all these cars are trying to go straight through all the way over to here. So tunnel life is going to help us out with that too. We got a tunnel starting right here. And it's going to kind of zigzag a little bit, but it's going to come right underneath here and pop out right here at this intersection. Okay? So it's going to enter onto the roundabout, effectively taking them, excuse me, from one roundabout to this one, bypassing this one, which is really helpful since this is where all the trucks are coming to drop off the grain. They're coming right through here, dropping it off right here, and then they either escape through this or they go all the way, which it looks like they're kind of going all the way, which is fine. I could maybe influence this a little bit with speed limits, maybe, but probably not. They can kind of go whatever they want. The point is the traffic between this point and this point should be a lot more tame once we get this tunnel in place because I'm pretty sure these guys are going to opt to take the tunnel straight over instead of going through all these different intersections. So we'll see how that works. I don't know, but we'll see how that works. And it comes out right here. Over here on this side by the heater, high heater. I want to show you again. I want to just show you this stuff before it snows. Just in case they get it done. So I got there's around the clock. Every single construction crew in the Republic, with the exception of Magnitograd, is in this town right now. Everyone is here. Ain't nobody doing anything over here right now. It's all hands on deck in Zernovsky right now to complete these tunnels and these specific tunnel areas because the construction in this area and these areas is causing traffic backups. Not so much because the roads are closed, but because there's a lot more vehicles in the area delivering resources and leaving and delivering resources and leaving. I mean, we have like an additional 50 trucks in the area right now, so it's causing backups because of that. So anyway, it looks like this one is coming along. At least the tunnel's starting to look like it's starting to look like a tunnel at least. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. And then over by the heater, like I said, we got the roundabout going in right here. That's just in anticipation for people using the tunnel. And then there's lots of different one-way streets to kind of get them out of this place in a hurry without having to engage with this. So if you're going on this road, you can just take this right here. If you're wanting to go back, instead of having to, go all the way around the roundabout and then come back on this road, you can just slip yourself right here and it'll take you all the way to this intersection. So basically, if a car's trying to park here, they can go from the tunnel and then without any interruption direct to this point here. This right here is going to be a one-way street, or a one-way road going in. So that allows cars from this road and cars from this road to just quickly turn in and get on the tunnel and go. Remember, all the tunnels are two-directional. There are no one-way tunnels, at least not these three. And so it's going to hopefully help people return in addition to, show up in one direction or the other. Okay, that's cool. One other thing, too, I'm putting in a road cargo station right here, which apparently they've done all the asphalt for. That's cool. Putting this in, connecting with the factory connection. It's just another place that we can pick up grain. Another place that we can pick up crops, right? That's all it is. And you can see these crops, this is full. This one here is full. This one here is almost full, right? We're keeping it full. And then if I go all the way over here, we still got 3,685 over here. So I think the next place to go here, with the addition of Charlemagne's North, I promise you, within the next, I don't want to make a promise and not do it. Within the next 5 videos, promise, we will have this. We will be designing this. Okay, within the next 5, I promise. I hope it's 2. But I didn't anticipate this being a problem, and so I've kind of interjected like 2 different videos here in order to get this done. Things that need done, without doubt, no questions, no exceptions, have to be done before Charlemagne's North can be built, is this. This must be completely operational before we can get Charlemagne's North. I have to have the food. But I also probably will have a problem keeping up with clothing, I think. I'm going to have to evaluate that, but we currently have these all completely full, and this is completely full too. We're not selling any clothes because I'm just providing them, but there's the only one location where they are, and that's right here. So I need to see clothing being brought to other places like that town over there. I need to see more clothing being moved before I really know for sure, but most likely we will need additional clothing to be made, and my idea for that is to put that over here, because it's going to be real close to the rail here for bringing crops around. We could bring crops this way and dump it in here. And it's close enough to these things where people can work here, but far enough away to where the pollution won't be a big deal. It's possible I will also put it in here is the other answer, is to put it in here, because I don't need these crops. So I don't think I'll need these crops. By the look of it, I don't need these crops anymore. Okay, But with this many crops in play, I want to activate these. And that's the other thing, is like this road, if I start adding even more vehicles to drop off to these 2 locations, this is going to get incredibly busy. So hopefully this tunnel finds everyone well, and they can just move from one side to the other, right through here from both directions, without needing to go through the center. And then the center can be mostly my trucks doing what they do, with the exception of people coming up this road, which obviously I can't avoid, but at least it doesn't have these giant long lines. All right. So hopefully when these tunnels are done, we will see a lot of these lines go away. All right, it's not quite the new year yet, New Year's Eve actually, but I'm leveling out this area over here so that I can continue to develop over by Cernikova. What I need to do here is add more workers, and those workers are going to go and work in the livestock stuff too. I'm just going to kind of get them sorted out over here and then bus them over there. So we've got this bus stop. It's done now. There was a bunch of students waiting here because it finished when I wasn't paying attention, so all the check boxes are checked. So we're going to go ahead and allow nobody for now. These guys also, and that's why there's nobody living here, they have no access to food. No matter what I do, I can't get them food, right? Talked about that in the previous video. Well, we're going to add a small shopping center here. I'm also going to add an indoor pool because I don't think these guys really have very good access to sports either. And then as I expand the population, I'm also going to drop down another orphanage as well because our orphanages are starting to get a little full and we're barely holding on with those bonuses, but I would like to do better than that. So we're going to work on getting the orphanages taken care of too by adding another one that should spread it out a little bit more. So over in this area, I've got the police station. We don't really have the best police coverage for crimes in the livestock area and the slaughterhouse and all that. We don't really have the best coverage because police over there, because the traffic is so bad, they can't get there, right? So I'm going to fix two problems, right? Fixing the traffic. And another way I'm going to fix this, I want to say also, this is a really inefficient meat setup. I don't recommend people doing meat like this. And the reason is very simple. It's because there's no direct connection to the slaughterhouse. The slaughterhouse produces meat from the livestock so quickly that you really want to have that building directly connected to the haul and range that these things are kicking out in. So I advise, and I may do this anyway, like I may change how I do things here. I would recommend you take these livestock, all these hauls here, and either hook them up to a train and move them to where your meat, slaughterhouses are, or have one of these 4 connections be a slaughterhouse, produce the meat directly off of this building so you don't need to cart it around, and then use the trucks to move it to the train station, or just design it to where the trains are going to pick it up right there. The next meat arrangement that we do over here, and I'm also thinking of, the one that I'm going to do probably over here too, those are going to be done properly. So everything here is on paper, like this is a really good arrangement and I really like this. It's just the process of getting the meat over here, or the livestock over here, is not very efficient. What we have going on right now, and I've added a few more trucks for this, I've got trucks constantly coming in here to pick up livestock, but the capacity for trucks and livestock isn't very good. It's only just under 6 tons per truck. And these these livestock hauls, wow, I can't speak. I'm sorry. Livestock farms produce livestock faster than these trucks can pick it up right now. So I need a constant flow of trucks coming through here. What is on fire? Medium distribution office. Way out here? Uh-oh. Helicopter's on the way. That's a good sign. It's got to be going over to this water, right? Yeah, it's getting up there. It's going to go get the water. This will probably be all right. It's really remote, right? This is why we have fire helicopters. It's for things like this. And we can probably put it out with just the helicopter, I would hope. It's got a big bucket on it. Anyway, I'll let them take care of that. Anyway, I want to make this more efficient. And I'm also not oblivious to the fact that this is only half the setup. So you have a second setup here. Now, I haven't really built this building yet, although most of the materials are delivered. I could tear this down and make this a meat factory right now. Like, I could make this a slaughterhouse. I'm still tempted to do that. I'm not sure why it's selected to be... Why are you guys being built? You shouldn't be selected for building it. No. Yeah, you guys are good. All right. I'm tempted to do that just because, again, that will speed up all the meat producing here, and that means we only need the trucks to be moving this direction for this. And then I can have refrigeration trucks doing the route over here, and the refrigeration trucks could pull it right into here and drop it off. And that would make it accessible by the trains as well via refrigeration trucks. So I'm looking into that. Either way, though, this road is going to get very, very busy. So there's a couple of things I'm doing to remedy that situation. I believe I already switched it over. Did they finish the pipe? They did. Okay. Well, obviously they did. There's water in it. Okay. So I pulled the pipe off of this one and connected it to this one. Now I can tear this one down. We can get rid of this water substation. With that being transferred over, we now have the ability to make this road go all the way out to here. And it's not going to go all the way to the road because this building is a little bit too close. However, if I tear all of this down and maybe make both roads curve, I might be able to get that to happen. So I'm going to look into that. But I'd like to get the 4-lane road through here because I think it's going to be busy enough to do that. I'm doing the same thing with this substation right here. We're moving it to this point, but they haven't started building this yet because I'm also building this road. And this road is nearly done. I want this to be asphalt because I think it's going to be needed to be. This is just a small road cargo station. The idea when I was putting this in is that they would be able to have the trucks that are bringing the livestock over here from here. Those trucks would be able to use this road and dump it into this location. And then these trucks, I'm putting in a new asphalt road right here. That's going to allow them to a more direct path into here. And so we should have basically these trucks nonstop coming in and out of this area to drop it off right direct. And then these guys over here would be dropping it off at the road cargo station. And that would be it, right? So essentially, we're just shifting it around to where different trucks take different roads. And hopefully we stop the congestion with that, because this road's going to get extremely busy if I don't do something about that now. So I want to get these trucks off of this road, and they're just going to start crossing the road, which is way better for me. Over here, it might actually get a bit more challenging for the trucks moving in and out because there's a parking lot here. And so because of that, I'm also going to take down this parking lot. We're going to remove it. And I'm also going to remove that walking path because we don't need it anymore. And this little walking path right here. And this little walking path right. Is this one okay? I'm not sure it's needed. Yeah, I don't think I need this little one here either. This one's not a big deal. We can keep this one because it's allowing people to come over here into the repair center, which is a pretty important place to be. So we're going to do that too. So we're going to break this down too, just because it's going to create additional problems. And then the personal cars and stuff coming in and out of parking will use this one. And then I'll make a separate one in here for the other vehicles. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Just real quick, I wanted to look over at the store here. So this shopping center is not going to get built yet because it's not hooked up to anything. What I wanted to do first before building this was I wanted to come over and hook up all the other miscellaneous stuff that we would need for it. So that would include, I can find it, I swear. It would include storage, warehouse. And we're just going to have this warehouse come over, I think probably right about here. Should be okay. It's not cooperating with me. I'm pretty, yeah, there it goes. I want it to be like right there. And then this is where I want that. And then the meat storage for this place is going to be right here. And so if I can just get, yeah, like about like this would be fine for the meat. Or do that. We'll do that one first just to make sure it fits. And then, yeah, right here like this. So we should be able to get away with, just curious if this would work or not. So yeah, obviously we have that and then that, which is, I think is completely fine. These are pretty low traffic things, and the trucks that are delivering this stuff are going into this road cargo station to pick up stuff from this big warehouse. So now we're gonna have trains coming in here delivering a small amount of stuff to this area too. We're gonna deliver food to this area, clothing, and electronics so that we can feed it over into this. And if we do end up expanding anywhere else, like Cernacova or whatever, we could also supply this area there to deliver it to further. This is especially true if I expand the city out even further into this area and we stop using these fields. Like, I would like to develop this. There's no pollution in this area, at least not on this side. Maybe these fields would be bad because of the refinery, but over here is completely safe, right? This area right here is perfectly fine. And especially since we've got a double roundabout system right here with traffic and everything, I could have roads coming off of these. And it should be pretty good for people. So, yeah, you could have like a little rural area here. And then they could go ahead and get their stuff from this shopping center, which out the back, if I do have personal car-based transport over through here, then I'll just pop a parking lot nearby this. And then they can walk into this personal store, or this little store. So, yeah, anyway, it's not really a personal store, but I'm in a can't speak mode right now. So yeah, I'm pretty damn bad at speaking. You guys can just ignore me for a little bit, which I know is hard to do because you're watching my videos, but you know, it's bad right now. Okay, don't judge me today. Judge me for the other 3,600 videos I have somewhere. I want to get this connected. There we go. I just want a direct route from this bus stop directly into the store, and that's about as close as I'm going to get. I want a walking path to come through here as well, so I can get this stuff to come over and into this area for additional housing. And we're going to have all sorts of housing right through here, pretty much. And I also probably need another school. This school isn't really used that much, though, so I'm kind of hoping that anybody I put here, they'll be able to walk to the school. And then the kindergarten, likewise, is not used very much, so hopefully wherever I put the houses over here, they'll be able to access that school there, too. So as soon as this house is... Sorry, not house. As soon as the store is done, and its delivery, you know, the stuff we have in place to deliver stuff to it is done, I can then allow people to move in here, because we still have a lot of people without a house. Yeah, 2,700 people without a flat, and a lot of people leaving my republic as a result. If I look at my population statistics, we'll see that this month we already have 107 deaths and we have 102 escapes. So essentially, half of my population loss every month are people just leaving, which is fine. They're not leaving for any reason other than the fact that they probably can't find a job and can't find a home, which is a good reason to leave. If you can't find a house and you can't find a home, very good reason to move, I think. Oh yeah, tear it down, baby. I do like the demo projects in this game. Yeah. So anyway, you can see there's unfinished. The tunnels and stuff are getting worked on. This road isn't done yet, but they must be building this from the other side. Yes, they are delivering stuff to this side instead. And I feel like the double intersection here is a bit of a... Yeah, we shouldn't do that. I'm thinking I should combine these, probably. And we want to make sure, actually, just like this. Yeah, we want to make sure that this has the right of way all the time. So there we go. Yep. Okay, cool. So it looks like... Nope, I thought that was the road. So once this road is done, I think everything becomes way better on this road. And the game actually only dispatched the helicopters to this building site for the fires. Now, it's got a source of water right here, so it should be able to just go back and forth right here to put this out. But it's actually going pretty slow. So, and it only dispatched the helicopter by default, which is a little bit weird. So I went over to this fire department, and I told it manually I sent them to this fire. Okay, and so that puts them on this list. But the thing is, they took a really stupid route that put them on dirt roads instead of the nice gravel roads that I already had planned and laid out for them. Which, I mean, I guess this was a dirt road too, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, it's taking them a long time to get here, but I think they're going to arrive before this building collapses. It's just having a lot of damage done to it, right? The longer a building is on fire, the more wear and tear it gets, which makes sense. We had another fire over there extinguished. Lots of fires happening right now. I think we need like a fire safety course or something. But we at least have the fire department on their way. And that's the whole point. Helicopters are supposed to just slow down the fire so that we could, you know, get vehicles here properly. But it's looking like I'm going to need to make a lot of these roads are going to need to be at least gravel to help this out. And you got to watch fires like this too, because if it's just the helicopters doing it, it's not going to put the fire out, right? It progresses too quickly. And then as long as it's still a fire, it's 8%, right? As long as it's still a fire, you're still getting maintenance wear and tear on it. So I might take these vehicles. If I didn't have these guys right here, I would take these vehicles right now and I would change them out and I would tell them to go to a different workplace, probably like the construction office or something. And if I did that, then I could hopefully get all of the vehicles out of here before the building burns down. Because unfortunately, if this building burns down, you don't just lose the building, you also lose every single vehicle at that building. That part has always really annoyed me because there's just no reason why this building burning down should destroy all my vehicles too, but it does because the vehicles are stationed at the building as part of the building, even though they're clearly outside in a parking lot. But it's okay. These guys have arrived on the scene and we should now be able to have the fire actually put out with, I'd be at 66 now. 66% wear and tear. That is gross. That is very gross. That is awful. We're gonna have to start a reconstruction project on this now too. And we'll get, yeah, all these offices are involved in there too. I might even give them a high priority on it just so they get out here and get it done. That's That's nuts. And if the building collapses as well, you lose all the vehicles as well, even though they're outside. That's just how that goes. Yeah. And in case you're curious, if we fix these problems, we totally did. Everything flows real well through here now. So I'm digging this. I would like to replicate this everywhere. I think that'd be great, with the exception of them every once in a while stopping in the middle of the roundabout for no reason. I would like to replicate this result kind of everywhere. And I think I really want to replicate that over here in Zernovsky, but there's just a lot of vehicles in a very tight spot. I was going to wait until after the winter to show this, but it looks probably pretty good. I think it actually looks really awesome the way it is. We've got a new little decoration in the middle of this roundabout. Nice pointy tips on it for someone to run into. Slide in the ice and just stab yourself on those pointy stars, right? And then I've started to paint as well. So instead of being grassed by this thing, it's been painted so it kind of looks like it's paved and everything. And it's got the airline, what is it? Airline roads, I think is what it is. Yeah, the airplane square. I just drew a square in there. And I thought about doing that with this one over here. I have another monument, an obelisk, I guess, going in on this one. I'm just trying to decorate the place, make it look a little better, you know? And we're going to do a lot of that in Charlevins North, especially. We'll have a lot of decorations time spent on there. But yeah, so far, you know, that's what I've come up with so far. So we'll see what I do from here. Right now, I just got trees planted in there, but we'll see. Stopped production. What stopped the incinerator? That's just because we don't have enough garbage, which reminds me, I need to check garbage over here right now. How we doing? You recovered this yet? Not really. We are still very full. Construction waste. Yeah. I mean, I guess we got all the construction waste emptied out of here, but a lot of this mixed waste is still in there. Yikes. It's a struggle to get back. Once the whole thing with like replacing this road and then forgetting that it disconnected all of them, right? That hit me real hard. It's still hitting me really hard. But I'm trying to get these offices to, you know, to bring them to this dump instead so we can send it out with the train. And I actually think just to help that process along, maybe I'll just have everybody drop it off there instead of the processing center. But we still have a lot of garbage coming into here all the time. This is the Zernovsky train. And we don't have a problem really with pollution and stuff over here anymore because of that dedicated Zernovsky train always keeping this place, you know, well, not empty, as you can see, but mostly empty. Another little project I'm working on is over here by the chemical area. I got actually two parts to my little project here. The first is I have emptied out the fuel in this gas station. We're going to go ahead and demolish it. We're moving this gas station over here and connected to this road just to kind of get the cars that want to get gas off of the main highway a little bit here. I'll probably also have this road kind of come straight through and connect here. In this space, we're not going to do much, but I want to have this road, this 4-lane road that we've made, I want it to be able to go all the way through because I think there's going to be enough traffic eventually through here to where I'm going to want that. And then we'll have this road do the same. So we'll probably end up tearing this out and then having it curve around to come out this way so that, you know, we have more access here, but also I can round this highway over and connect it to this one. It's going to be near the airport, so I want to have multiple ways to get through there if possible. And then the second part of this little project I have going on over here is I have removed the greenhouses. They're gone. I didn't remove the walking paths to them yet, though, so let's get rid of those. There, and this one is actually paved. Interesting. We'll go get rid of that, too. I did that because they're useless here. They're taking up space. Like, the aesthetic was cool. It was. But at the end of the day, I've been looking at things. I would rather have more people here. And that's just the way it is. I would rather have more people here than those aesthetics. So we're going to put in some additional residences instead. We're going to look for something that's somewhat dense. It needs to kind of match the flow and aesthetics of the rest of the buildings. And I don't want to sacrifice on quality too much. So like this building right here doesn't really match everything. It's too tall for the front side of it, you know, whatever. So I think maybe we could just get away with having more of these, but these are really low density. I want something that's a little bit more dense than this, and as long as it can fit in this space, I'm kind of okay with it. So let me see. Maybe there are some medium density buildings here that we could use. I wish I could order them by the number of workers that the building has. These are seemingly in a random order. You know, there's not a whole lot of coherency in how these things are organized. Maybe these ones here are 105 workers. It doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't match the rest of them. It's not bad. If it fits in this space, you know, I think that could work. Yeah, this could work. Another 105 people in here could be pretty good to have. So we're going to build that too, and then we're going to build this one over here as well. And I probably have to wait for that walking path to get out of the way to build this one. But this will fit in the same space as that greenhouse did. So we'll go ahead and build this one too. And let's go ahead and get maybe that paved like this. That should allow more people to be able to reach the bus stop, is what I'm really looking for, because the bus stop just has not really been doing a whole lot since all the workers kind of have other means of transportation, other places to work, etc. I still have the buses running through here. Yeah, speak of the devil right here. I still have the buses running through here, but the more people I can get into this bus stop, the more people I can work chemicals, right? And I also have a little bit of a pollution problem. You might have noticed between cuts. I don't know. My population is declining right now. If I hover over top of this, it will show 2,600 people without a flat. No, that's not what I want. I want right here. It will show 12,506 people being adversely affected by pollution. So that's a pretty sizable portion of our population. I have been looking at pollution areas that I think are probably more susceptible to pollution. Certainly the chemical area is going to be a very big polluter. I thought that these guys were far enough away from it. I'm not so sure they are now, because you can see they are kind of getting affected by this. Now, we have good health care, all right? So, like, there's a little bit you can kind of mess with this, right? You can kind of get away with having, you know, your houses living in an orange area if you can get, you know, them to hospital. Like, if you have good hospitalization, you have good capacity for healthcare, then you're usually fine. It's when you start getting into a darker red that the pollution there is pretty overwhelming, and you're not likely going to be able to offset it with healthcare. You're going to probably want to move them. So, I mean, no matter how many hospitals I have nearby, having someone live right next to the chemical plant is not going to fly. And this is not that big of a difference. Like, I definitely should have had this building a little bit further away. This is 250 meters away from the chemical. I guess it's probably closer to here, right? Yeah, this isn't the chemical plant. This is. So it's right here. So about 270 meters away. It's not great, right? So the new houses I'm putting in here are 350 and obviously more like 450. 350, 450 is much better. I don't know if that's probably still a little close. And it's not helped at all by the fact that there are also pump jacks in the area. That's not much pollution, but you're just combining the problem with chemicals, right? So one of the things I'm going to look to do here to help this for now is we're going to turn off this one, because this is the closest one. It's the biggest offender for it. And we're going to instead turn on these ones. So I'm going to say I want 60 here, and I'm going to allow 60 to be over in this one too, right? We're going to turn on these ones because they're farther away from the homes. It should help us a bit. And if I can just get rid of the activity from this one, I think I can make these guys a little bit healthier. And then when all of them are working at max capacity and we really need to turn one on, then we can go ahead and activate this one. And then at that point, we're making enough stuff. It really won't matter as much. I would hope not, but we'll see. If I have to, I'll tear this house down and we'll put it somewhere else. I don't know, we'll stick it, we'll just tear it down. And then it'll be the people who live over here. Now, speaking of which, for Charlevins North, right, I want to be more than 250 meters away, right? Because we're having big buildings here. We're going to have very dense housing. So if they're in the red, that means all those people are in the red. So I want to make sure that we are keeping our houses away from the chemical plant. And that's why my nearest houses are going to be over in this area. The closest houses are going to be right here, just barely far enough to walk to. So about 450 meters away from this chemical area. I think that will help, especially since the wind blows that direction. So I think it'll help keep them safe. The stuff that's going to happen over here is more infrastructure based, travel based. It's going to be a train station, etc. And that's the kind of stuff where people will get off the train and be able to walk in and do things from there, or be able to drive to the parking lot and then go to the train. I don't even know if they do that, honestly, but if they can, then great. Okay, so real quick, I want to head over here. We need to provide power to this area. That's another thing that I have to do. We're just doing a whole bunch of little projects. I'm going to start with this wind power plant. Reason for this is because putting in substations and lines over here takes a very long time, and Zernowski's department, Zernowski's construction department is very busy right now. I don't want to disrupt them from the tunnels and stuff that they're building, so we're going to have helicopters build this. The one thing I can't do with this construction office, though, is get a source of workers. I don't have that, and there's actually no bus stop in this design, which is probably an oversight. I would say it's definitely an oversight to not have a bus stop. What I might do is put the bus stop here, just inside the roundabout. There's space here to do that. So I could come in and say, you know, right about, yeah, just this little stop right here. That wouldn't be bad. The buses can just pull right in here, drop people off, and then take off in the other direction, right? They can go this way and then back around. I like it. Or they can go back onto the roundabout if they want to, too. But I think we'll put this right here. And this is going to give everybody access to this whole entire area. Here, we'll just do that right there. It'll give everybody access to the store and the police department and the hospital and the fire department to work there. We'll be still over here. But yeah, we have access to everything. I might even go as far as to put a little tiny fire station over on this side. This should be a good enough coverage, especially being right off the highway. I mean, this thing is positioned so that it can get on a fast-paced road in any direction it wants, which is kind of why I put it there. So it's reasonable that those trucks could easily come all the way down this road and get in here if it needs to. But, you know, it doesn't hurt to have another one, especially if we're going to put meat industry and stuff over here. It doesn't hurt to have another one really close by. All right, so now that this road over here is done, I'm going to go ahead and tear this down, and we're going to grab I think I'll go gravel road here is fine, because people are going to be driving in here soon. We're going to go like this, and then I'm going to have this road go all the way over to, let's go this far, and then down like that. There we go. So we'll have that road put in now. Let's get Charlevoix's office on that. And then we're also going to want them to build that, and then Charlevoix's regular construction offices and stuff can handle these. If there was a path, which there is not, you can do that one too. And that one too. Sure. So we're going to get that done. And then over here, I want to get this stuff started as well if I can get this construction going. So I want to have the meat storage needs to happen. So let's go over to here, meat storage. We're going to put this in here first. So let's have that be right about there. Seems good to me. And then we want the warehouse from there over general storage warehouse. We're going to put a little warehouse over on this side. It should be good to put it right here, but it's not going to cooperate, I guess. Are you not going to cooperate with me? Yeah, right there. Shouldn't be anything wrong with that. But let's put it all a little bit off to the side. You know? I don't really want to do this, but it might be better to do this. Let's flip it. Can I get away with this right here? Is there enough space for this? Ooh, almost. Man, very close. Yeah, right there. And then just tell me this connects. It does. Okay. So that'll be... Can I go narrower? Can I... Nope. Just that's it. Okay. So we'll do that right there. And then we now have both of these connected to the store. I love that. I wish the bigger store had two connections like the little one does. That just makes too much sense, I guess. We'll hook this up with... Yeah, a dirt road would be fine, but I want people to be able to... I want to be able to make a delivery here, and it just looks better with the gravel road, I think. I'll just do it better. It's better that way. Right here, let's go F4. Right about there, and then curve in. Looks pretty good. And then we can go like so. So all the deliveries into these two are going to get delivered from this. All right, basically. And then the police officers right there. Okay, so that will keep these guys going really well. We're going to want some walking paths and stuff for this too. We're going to want to connect you, but I also need to have it go that way too. So if you're not going to hook up in the middle, and it doesn't look like you will, there's not enough room for that. So maybe we can go like this. And then around like so. Yeah, I need you to connect. You're trying to, but then you tell me no. I want you to connect right there. Come on now. You flashed green at me for a split second, and then you're just kind of telling me no. Here, we'll come from this side then. It's so weird. Here. Wow. Okay. There you go. All right. That's good. And then you will be paved like so. And then you're going to come over and be right there. And that connects all these guys up to the store very easily. I should also now be able to, I guess, we should be able to do this too. Although now I might be too close to the store. I need to make sure I'm far enough away from the store. We'll go right through the middle like that. And then you can go there and you can go. Come on. No? You got to meet up. This will be fine too. All right, that'll work. And then we'll take this and go right around. Yep. And then back this way. But before we go back that way, we're going to come off of this one to here. And then from here out this way. Yep. And then you connect. Hello, autosave. And then you connect right here. Uh-huh. I like it. I think it works well. Mark that in, and we can get, again, the Charlevance Road offices can go ahead and take care of that. There's no construction possible for the construction office yet, so we'll wait on that. And then I don't want any workers or something being sent there. All right, so we just need stuff to build. I need winter to be over. I'm so sick of winter right now. It's just like, I'm so sick of it. Traffic is also worse in the winter, right? Because we have all the snowplows on the road and all that stuff. So I just need it to be over so I can get a proper feel for how things are. I'll be right back. Winter is finally over, thankfully. And the tunnels are getting work done. I had over almost 500 people here, here. So we're getting a lot of work days done on this thing real quick. Loving that. Lots of people coming over to this tunnel to work. And we're just able to get cruising on it, man. So I'm really looking forward to this tunnel being done. I got high hopes that people will be using it. I do kind of regret doing a little zigzag, but remember I had to compete with this. So it was kind of, either go really low and have it be over here. I thought maybe the tunnel came in over here. It might be different, but it's fine. I think people will still use it because it's less intersections. We don't have to deal with, they have to deal with the roundabout here, but they don't have to deal with this intersection right here, and they don't have to deal with this intersection right here, and then this roundabout, and then this intersection right here, and this one right here. So there's many different ones that they don't have to deal with now. They just whip in here and do it, and they get over here. So I'm hoping that the AI is smart enough to use that, because that's going to free up traffic problems a lot, I think, is the trams. And then on this one here, not coming along quite as fast, but there's less work days actually left in this. So if I had as many workers over there doing it, that'd be great. I think the reason why this one has so many workers is because a lot of them are coming from Charlevinsk as well. All right, so we're getting Cernakova labor over here. We're getting Charlevinsk labor over here too, and Zernovsky. So everybody's kind of like really forcing this. The helicopter labor is dropping down on this too. So I'm really forcing this one because I gotta free up this highway. I think that's gonna make a huge difference. And yeah, that's kind of that's the summary of what's going on. These two tunnels here are going to take longer just because I don't have the same labor force going through it. But I think once I get this one done, and I start forcing, you know, I'm not really forcing, but I start saying Cernakova, for example, hey, you guys can bring your workers over to this tunnel now, right? That kind of stuff. And they start actually doing stuff instead of not being tasked to it. I think that part's going to make a big difference too. Maybe I'll start bringing Charlevins over here, actually, I think. We're going to leave this one kind of pending in the wind right now. It does have an excavator on site. So the excavator is just kind of doing the work without any workers on site. That's pretty good, right? This one here has also got an excavator kind of working at it. If I can get some workers in here, that'd be really awesome. And then this one here has an excavator too. But we just have lots more workers being dropped off at this site. So I'm going to keep letting it run. I want this done by this video. I'll be right back. All right, so having this road here put in, it makes this field a little shorter, of course, but having this road put in and paved is helping a lot. We don't have livestock just sitting here doing nothing anymore. These trucks are constantly full. They're actually waiting. It's almost like a nice little convoy, they're waiting in a queue kind of thing. And we are getting livestock properly dumped off into this building, and the butcher house is still going just as fast as we can drop it off, of course. But it is allowing us to get a lot more meat in stock. And so I think we've almost solved the meat problem. If I take a look over in Charlevins, this one's full. And so what I've got the meat train doing now, because it keeps going over here and, you know, topping it off, which isn't really doing a whole lot. It's only dropping off like 10 tons. So I have it going through, after it drops it off in Charlevins, it then passes right through here and it ends up dropping off a load here to fill this up. So now that this is full, then it backs up, goes back the other direction, right? And stops again in this station to fill up again. So now that train is, you know, filling up both of these places, which is great. And we'll probably go ahead and have it fill up, you know, over here in Magnitograd too. We'll probably have it do that eventually as well. So you can see this train just passes right through this station. It doesn't care. It's going to take that 10 tons of meat that it's got left over, and it's going to bring it over there. Now, I probably don't need this many trucks, but I am disallowing personal cars to drive on this road in this direction because they do get in the way and they always want to turn left, and it slows down the trucks. The trucks never want to turn left. Okay, I can't say never. Sometimes they do turn left, but most of the time, at least the big blue ones here, they never turn left. They just go straight. Okay. I have to rephrase this again. At least the white and blue ones don't do it. This one here is apparently blue as well. It's dropping off crops to that one, I guess. But yeah, so I think that's been a big help. This thing's down to just 5,900 work days. Oh man, well, I guess it's 7,500 work days. They're doing the tunneling work right now. Kind of want to see it. Oh yeah, right there, tunneling right through here. Okay, so I actually got confused a little bit on this tunnel over here because I thought it was like really far progressed and it was going to be finished first probably, but that's not the case. This tunnel actually got split up into 3 sections and I didn't notice it. So this side over here is completely done. And I was like, oh, I'm very excited. It's all done. But then I realized nobody was coming out of it. And I was like, oh, a little disappointed. Well, if I zoom down, somehow this got separated into different sections. So this here is a different section. So this is all done. But this section hasn't even been touched yet because nobody could get to it, right? Because the ends weren't done. So now people can get to it. They've started to deliver steel and concrete to it, and they can start working on it. But there's still 22,500+ work days left on this one. So it's going to be a bit before this tunnel's ready. This side over here is what I've been using to monitor the tunnel. I've just been clicking this because I figured it was all the same project. It's only got 64 work days left, and then they can start hitting it from both sides, and maybe that'll be fine. And the reason why I was confused, of course, is that the rest of my tunnels are all one project. This is all one project, and I just assumed this one was too. Well, it was as well. And the same thing with this tunnel here. It's all one project. So got a little confused. It is May 28th. Yep, I've been essentially just babysitting, monitoring, making sure things are stable, making sure nobody's dying, making sure most people are happy. I'm actually doing some work over here, trying to get this store done because it's operational, but none of the other stuff is too. So I've got to get the road crews over here, and they're so occupied with the tunnels that nobody's getting here. That happens. I'm also not exporting a whole lot of bitumen anymore because we've been doing a lot with asphalt for a while. But now that those tunnels have most of the asphalt delivered, well, at least, I mean, 2 of them do anyway. A lot of the tunneling is being done, and then the asphalt will go back and do that. But so basically, the 3 stages of the tunnels, right? This one right here has all the tunneling done, and they're just waiting on work days now. That's it. All the asphalt's delivered. And then we've got this tunnel right here where they've got a bunch of tunneling left to do, and then they have to deliver another 200 tons of asphalt. So now our asphalt supply can recover a little bit there. And then this one over here is just work days, but the bottom part here, you know, we're not going to get into asphalt for quite some time. And then it's another 200 tons of asphalt through here too. So it just takes a lot of time. Over here, I'm redoing this. I thought about roundabout, and I was getting really close to that. But I think what I'm going to do instead, and they just got this finished, is they did this very quickly too, because they're right next to the... can I just... Oh, I'm giving you the round. I see. I'm giving you the right of way there. Okay. So just want to make sure all that was set up. So now what I'm going to do here, right, is I'm going to get these guys coming out this way so that they can just turn around over here and stop this nonsense, essentially. So to do that, I'm going to go in and make this a one-way street that way. And now all of these cars will essentially just turn right here. And they're just going to go down this direction instead. And that's what they should do. They could also just turn right here, but I have a feeling because of these little extra points, they may choose to go here. I'm kind of hoping they choose to go here. We'll see. Maybe they won't. I guess it could be all for nothing. Either way, these guys do need a way to turn left, right? Because the way they're doing it right now, what they've already coded in their pathing, that's not going to last. I'm not going to allow them to do that anymore. So now they're going to have to turn right to turn left. And that's okay. Yep. All right. So they'll do this now. But I'm hoping most of them start using this one here. We'll see. I'm not sure how this will go. I guess I'll test it with this guy right here. Where are you going? No, not going to turn left? Silly. All right. Tell you what, maybe... the other way to do it. Yeah, I think this is the other way to do it, right? We just do this. That forces it. That will completely force the issue. And then I guess we could get this paving, but now it's going to disrupt my trash a little bit. It's not really all that vital that I pave this road. You know, they're not spending a ton of time on here, but they're absolutely going to do this now. And that's definitely a better fit. So now we're not going to have any conflicts over here. If they want to turn left, they do it right there. And then they just have the right of ways. They flow right through. I think that's a lot smoother. Good. I'm glad we fixed that issue. This is getting done quick. You guys ready? Our first tunnel is going to be done. I'm really crossing my fingers. This is the one that needs done the most desperately. Of all the tunnels, this one needs done the most desperately. And I'm really hoping that this like curve here doesn't disrupt the effectiveness of the tunnel. Doesn't take away the effectiveness of it. I really, really hope that they all choose to use this. If they're going straight through, they should use this instead of going through all this. And I can, of course, take the speed limit down through here too, which is another idea. If it doesn't work, if they don't start using this tunnel, then I'll take the speed limit down. So let's see who's going to be the first to use it, right? Who's going to do it? Who's going to say that this tunnel's for them, huh? Now, these guys could use it too, right? They could go all the way around the roundabout and then use it, but I feel like it's going to be mostly one direction. That's the pathing recalculation right there. So we should have some people using this now, I'm hoping. Come on. Somebody take it. There's a lot of vehicles, right? They already have their pathing determined, so they're not going to change it in the middle of the trip. But it's the new vehicles that happen over time. The new vehicles should do it. And I haven't decided yet, but I'm thinking about making this a one-way, so they have to just go only one direction. Because this isn't really all that busy. There's a little bit of this, right? Like right here and turning right. There's a little bit of those problems. But for the most part, it's not that busy. There, that garbage truck just used it. All right, good. So we have one garbage truck has used my tunnel. Yay, it's worth it. All that time, all those resources, it's worth it. But seriously, though, every vehicle that decides to do this instead of going on that other road it's beautiful. Every single time they decide to use this instead, that's victory. Every little bit helps, but I have to give it some time to really know whether or not it's going to be very effective or not. You can see, though, we definitely are taking cars off of this stretch, and that's good. Okay, tunnel life. We'll have to come back and check in on this once all the pathing and stuff is calculated for everybody, but I need these crops delivered faster, man. There we go. I need them delivered faster. I need livestock coming through here. The thing is, though, we're actually doing pretty well on meat now, right? Our meat train, it doesn't really have like a whole lot of capacity to pick up more. It's kind of roaming around with 98 tons of meat all the time, which is fantastic. I might go ahead and add another stop for this thing. And the stop I'm going to add is way over here, right? I'm going to have you drop it off over here. I mean, why not, right? We're going to start using it over here. We might as well start dropping it off. And so I think since this is open now, there's nothing obstructing the tracks here. I could have that be a thing. So how about we try this, right? You're going to come through here, pick it up, start your route, go to Cernakova Farms, right? Then, then you go Charlevitz first, then Zernovsky. Then you're going to come back after that, fill up again. All right, just load up your meat from there. Okay? And then you're going to turn around, and I'm going to have you come all the way over here. And our rail network is built so that we could just do this. I don't have to do any tracks at all. It's all connected, right? That's the whole point. So we just say, do this, and that's it. And then it comes back and fills up again, and then goes back on its route. So, yeah, there we go. That train is now going to be bringing meat to this storage too. Outstanding. Which will use more of our supply, but that's okay, because this area is going to need it eventually. Once we get going on that. As soon as Zernovsky's done dinking around with tunnels, they can really get going on this. But I would actually really like to get going on this sooner than that. Maybe I'll just allow the helicopters to do it all. I was trying to avoid that for the sake of, the labor. Because right now we're paying for dollars labor, right? Dollar labor is what we pay for, but we don't have any dollars. So the helicopters aren't picking anyone up because we have no money to pay them. So I have to kind of wait until the boat gets back. And I think one of the things that could help me in keeping my dollar supply is to have these boats. I believe there was going to be 2 of them. I was about to buy another one, but right, this boat is picking up plastics from the eastern border. Wait a minute. You're picking up plastics. Yeah, from the western border. There it is. So I could just tell it not to load that, and then it won't. So it'll just drop off the mechanical components now, and that'll just get us money, right? Because I have been buying plastics in the same boat. So we take, the $200,000 of revenue that we get from that, and I chop it into like $40,000 of spare revenue, because the plastics that come back are, not taking up all of the money we got, but a huge chunk of it, most of it, Man, if I just dropped 1 load of steel to the west, I think our dollar problems would be solved for a long time. But I'm not going to do it. It's just too valuable to the east. It's just too good. All right. I think they should have had their pathing worked out now. So let's check it out and see what happens here, right? We're just going to go like this, and we're going to see. Now, at the moment, you can kind of tell, right, that there's no traffic on that main road, right? A lot of these cars are choosing to use the tunnel. Very good. And it's really fast for them to do so. They can get where they need to go, and they don't have to deal with any more than 1 roundabout. Some of these routes don't even have to deal really with the roundabout at all. For example, if they're coming from this side, like these garbage trucks are, they can get the tunnel, and then they could, if this is their path, they can immediately take this, which allows them to bypass the roundabout entirely. So I think that is helping. You can kind of see from this way anyway, this road is basically clear, and we're able to deliver this just fine now. The roundabout is still a bit of a pain. That's still going to be a thing. But we got a lot of lanes here for them to kind of disperse and go where they need to go from this side, and not a lot to go from this side. And then also, now that we've increased the traffic flow through here and we've made it all nice and fluid, it's also going to start putting stress on this, but that's okay. And all these left turns and stuff, all these guys lining up, that's what's going to get fixed by this tunnel. And I think it'll also get, so a little bit of that will get fixed by this tunnel. The only thing I can think of here is that cars are going from this side and they're trying to get into these parking lots. The only way for me to fix that is to put another tunnel in right here. And that I'm thinking about doing that, right? We put a tunnel in right here. And then we kick the tunnel out on this side. And then they just get to go wherever they want from there, right? That's my next tunnel, I think. And I'll probably have it come out like right here. Like this. It's a real short road like this. We'll go about here with it. That should be pretty good there, I think. Yeah, maybe just a little bit more. The longer I make the tunnel, the more expensive it is. So we'll just go like that with it. And then on this side, right, it's a roundabout. So we could say that you go this way. Now, my rule was that you need to be able to go both directions on this tunnel. That was my rule. However, there is a significantly higher amount of traffic trying to do this than it is going back the other way. I don't know if that's just because of the way the roads are designed. I am still going to incorporate, both directions of traffic, because by doing this, I allow them to come this way and then they can turn onto this into the roundabout. So I'm still allowing that to happen. However, I'm going to come off of this road, I think. Yeah, right here. So we come out right about here, and then we say tunnel right there. Coming down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess however long I got to do this to get this thing to get under the tracks. Man, you're like refusing to go under the train tracks. There we go. I guess it's not really too. I don't think it's really the train tracks. I think I was just too short. Yeah, so I need to come down. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, right. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you. Come on now. Yeah, right. Come on. Show me that green. There, right there. All right, so we'll be right there. And then we'll take this and come under. We go about like this, I think. That's probably pretty good. And then from here, we go up. There we go. And for some reason, that is not going to work. It's probably getting above ground a little bit too quickly. So the other way to do it. Oh, I don't want to delete the whole thing. Can I just delete a portion? Oh, that's getting above ground too. I have to reset that. That's weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, how low do I gotta go? There's 6. 6 it is. All right, right there, I guess. And we'll start from this side now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on now. Really? You're kidding me, right? Hold on now. Why? Yeah. See? That wasn't so bad. Come on, right there. You had it. Right there, yep. And then from here, we just connect it. Should be able to do that. There we go. Yep, just like that. A little shorter. Just like that. So we take this tunnel too. All right, and that's gonna, I gotta believe that's gonna fix a ton of traffic problems, right? We're just bypassing lights, bypassing a ton of stuff. Any direction you want to go, you can take a tunnel to get there. All right, that's gonna take a long time. These tunnels, they're not cheap. They're definitely not a quick thing to make, but we're gonna keep working on them. And now that we got one working, and at least I can see a lot of cars. Maybe not as many as I hoped, but at least it's enough to stop traffic congestion, right? There's enough cars using this that are not using this now. And this side is now just all of a sudden flowing. At least near these it is, and that's great. And then over here, right, is now congested. So I can probably discourage people to use this side just by instituting speed limits. All right, we'll just go speed limit, and we'll say this road is, we're going to keep it 70 through here. And maybe this will, again, discourage them from using this road unless they have to, right? Or I could demote this road, too. I could bring it back to gravel. But, I mean, I do want cars to use it. I just don't want everybody using it. And that's kind of what we had there. But, I mean, it's good, though. It's not that crowded. Everything just really opened up now. I like it. But it's putting more stress over here and backing this up because there's now cars coming into the roundabout from another location that this thing has to wait for. That's just the nature of the beast, man. All right, so I'm not gonna say we fixed Zarnowski traffic today, but we are on the road, wink wink, to fixing it. And it's just about getting a couple of these tunnels done. And I really do believe that will pull enough cars out of the intersections to alleviate traffic concerns for at least quite a while. I think this one right here is going to be a sleeper for me. I think it's going to be one that's used a lot. There's just usually just a lot of cars waiting to turn left right here. So I think that'll definitely help. All right. I'm going to leave it here, guys. This is taking me a long time to record, as you can imagine. We had to let a lot of time pass in order for this thing. I think maybe, what, 2 years in game? Something like that just passed. It's a long time. I've been sitting here. I think this is my 8th time sitting down for this. So this one's an investment. The game's not getting any more convenient to play. But I tell you what, it is still a whole lot of fun. Thanks for watching. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.